All right, welcome back, everybody. CNBC has learned that healthcare industry leaders have sent a letter to President Trump, to the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and the head of the FDA, Dr. Marty Makary. The leaders who are speaking up here are lodging some frustration with the FDA when it comes to approvals of potentially life-saving therapeutics for rare diseases. The group of letter signatories are made up of biotech leaders, patient advocates, and academics who work in the rare disease space. And they're expressing concern that the level of unpredictability inside the FDA has risen so sharply, it could make biotech less willing to underwrite opportunities in the United States and to look to fund projects in other countries. The group writes to the president, "Unless consistency is restored, China will seize our biotech leadership and America will lose jobs, investment, and the historic momentum you built." The signees include the heads of foundations and fundraising organizations, the chairman of Ovid Therapeutics, and other startups with new and promising therapeutics in the pipeline. They argue in an era of increasing global competition and demand for rare disease therapies, U.S. biotech stakeholders need to share a common understanding of stable, transparent, evidentiary standards to bring medicines to patients quickly and safely. The first Trump administration was known for an innovation going back to Operation Warp Speed back in 2020 for COVID. And this group actually starts out saying that these actions that the FDA are taking right now undermine President Trump's legacy of medical innovation that was initiated under the first term, things like the Right to Try Act, which demonstrated a strong commitment to the spirit of medical innovation and improving patient access. The FDA has really spoken pretty positively about this. In fact, Dr. Marty Makary was on with us recently talking about how they are trying to make sure rare disease does have options for some of these things. But this group points out the number of approvals for new orphan drugs for rare disease has dropped pretty steadily from 12 in front of the CBER in 2023 to 3 this past year through November. And for the CDER, it's gone from 28 down to about 18 over the last couple of years. So they're just pointing to things that they think have made it more difficult in order to see what the FDA is really thinking about, make sure they've set up their clinical trials properly.
How much of the problem, though, is coming from where Marty is or from RFK, because he's in a battle?
This letter is addressed to all of them. This letter is addressed to all of them, and I don't know. But it is unusual to see an industry speak up like this about basically the regulator that they have to go through.
And it's interesting they're doing it collectively, which is the way to do it.
Because there's more than 100 signatories, close to 100 signatories. I think I counted 96 or 97 on it. But it'll be interesting to see the response from the White House, if any.
If any.
Yeah.
If any.